Yeah! YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts, and I'm Watts. A couple things happened during Clash at Paris. Clash at Paris was last night. Obviously, Becky Lynch apparently joined the Vision because she helped Seth Rollins beat three other dudes in the Fatal four-way match after Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker got barred from ringside. Logan Paul and John Cena, they had a great match. Probably, arguably, the best match on the card, if you ask me. But that's just me. But one thing went under the radar that nobody was talking about that much because of everything that was happening. And that's the inevitable split of the Street Profits that it looks like it's going to happen sooner rather than later. Now, I'm fully invested in this. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm more invested in this than I am of the main programs that's going on Raw and SmackDown. I think I'm invested in this, and I'm invested in the Melo Don't Miz situation a lot more than I'm interested in like the world title scene or the main event scene on Raw and SmackDown. Then I'm also emotionally involved with anything going on in NXT. That's what I'm on with WWE right now, because a lot of these main event angles, they're just not hitting for me, you know? They had plenty of opportunities to make some things happen, and they didn't, and Clash at Paris was kind of just like a phone-it-in situation, because this is going to be the last PLE on Peacock, apparently. So they just phoned it in. They just like, all right, here, nigga, damn, take this, whatever. But with the Street Profits, the entire situation with Bo Dallas walking up to them, you know, saying, is this really your brother? This is how I feel. This is how I feel about the whole, is this really your brother situation? And this is why I'm kind of on the fence with them splitting as far as one turning on the other. I feel like this because, they've been a tag team for 8 years. They've been a tag team on the main roster for about 6. Dog, they've been through worse. They went through a whole 4-year drought of not winning any championships. They came arguably like dangerously close a couple of times. They had matches with the Usos and they didn't win. They had multiple matches with the Usos that they did not win. They had opportunities against other superstars that were tag team champions, but they didn't get a piece. For one reason or the other, the Street Profits went a good part of 4 years without being tag team champions. And I feel like that's worse. So for them to split up after winning the tag team titles and one turn on the other, it just doesn't make sense to me. And it's not properly timed. If you look at it, they were just having the time of their lives 2 weeks ago. And then now it's, they're not really getting along. It just came out of nowhere. Like, I'm just kind of a little confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have understood if they turned on each other after the match with the Usos 2 years ago when they faced them at SummerSlam. Like, on some, all right, this is our last chance to get the titles type stuff. But I feel like at this point, with them being together for as long as they've been together, they should just do an amicable split. It don't have to be like I turned on you and you turned on me. It could just be like, we want to go pursue other things. Like, I want to go potentially win a world title. You want to go potentially win a world title. It don't have to be, but I'm pretty sure for dramatic effect, somebody's going to turn on the other. I just know how these things go. I just wish that it was timed better than what it is. But like I said before, I'm not against the Street Profits breaking up because I feel like they've done all that they can do as a tag team together. 3-time tag team champions on the main roster, NXT title, Evolve title. They've won pretty much every single tag team title that there was to offer in the WWE at that time. So there's not much more that can be done with these guys. I think now is like the perfect time for them to split. Maybe do like a draft or something like that and have Angelo Dawkins go to Raw, Montez Ford stays on SmackDown, or vice versa. It don't really matter. It all really just depends on whether or not they want Bianca on SmackDown or they want Bianca on Raw. That's where I'm at with it. Because, like I said, they've done it all. They've been in main event angles. They've done WrestleMania together. They've won at WrestleMania. They lost at WrestleMania. They did the Royal Rumbles together. They did They did TLC matches, great TLC matches. I think the ladder match is their match. If every single tag team has like an archetype match, like type match, the ladder match is theirs. So I think it'll be no harm, no foul in breaking them up. I'm just worried about how much press or how much coverage it's gonna get. Like, it shouldn't be a low card feud. Like, it should be like a situation where whoever wins the feud goes on to be an upper card guy / slowly but surely making their way up to the main event type scene, and then maybe the other gentleman that loses the feud can just be in the mid card and, you know, possibly win a mid card title on another show, stuff like that. Like, I don't want them to fall down the card because they're not together. I feel like both of them, combined and apart, have great intangibles to be single stars. Both guys. Angelo Dawkins, he's been putting on a clinic and making a name for himself and showing people that he's not just an afterthought. Tez, we've been waiting for Tez to get his opportunity to become a main star and become a single star. We've been waiting for that for a while. Like, I feel like we've been waiting for that after their first tag team title loss. Like, we was like, all right, yo, what they gonna do with Montez? Like, he's clearly the guy. But I feel like both of them could end up being valuable in the WWE as single stars. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. It wouldn't have made sense for them to turn on each other at Clash. Maybe next week on SmackDown, maybe in the next 2 weeks they do a build towards it. We'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.